The core journey began in 2011 when the Orca Board of Directors decided that one of the things that was really missing for the seniors housing sector was transparency around metrics measuring occupancy, rates, types of service offerings, information on new construction, new development. And finally, they decided that they wanted to be able to benchmark the sector in terms of the financials.
In the beginning, as we started the database, people on the task force were so hungry for information that we said, well, you know, we could collect this, and we know we could collect that. So now we collect close to 2,800 data points that can all be looked at relative to a certain area, to a certain type of property. How are you doing relative to other communities just like you?
We're always looking for ways to optimize our existing assets to ensure that they're operating well within the communities that they serve, and looking for ways to evolve our portfolio towards the future. The information contained within the core database is really helpful for us to be able to see what's happening in those micro markets and to see the different service levels and pricing points that are being offered throughout our industry.
As a small operator, it's very helpful to be able to benchmark your own performance financially compared to the sector as a whole. It's very beneficial for us to not only recognize where we do well, but also give us an opportunity and perhaps some insight into where we could do better to remain competitive.
We use it in our quarterly reporting to our board. We use it for benchmarking in all of our lines of expenses. But we also use it as a tool for trying to decide whether we're right priced for certain marketplaces that we're in when we're trying to re-engineer or analyze our business.
You can analyze trends for senior housing, and you can see how important those trends are for the housing market, financing, whatever it is that you're trying to analyze or advocate for. You can understand the importance that senior housing has in the overall economic growth of Ontario.
We use the core data to analyze and make our industry more transparent. We can then share that data with the lending and the debt communities. They become more comfortable with the sector, it becomes more attractive as an investment vehicle, and ultimately at the end of the day, it will lower our cost of capital.
If you do participate, you get an ability to compare yourself to others, and that gives you an insight level that you're not going to have otherwise. Prior to core, you relied on the property-specific data and probably some anecdotal information, not enough of a fulsome data set to really give you the confidence that this property is worth partnering with.
We've spent the time up front to define the data points. We're in a position where we have data quality in excess of the NIC data in the US. That's a phenomenal success.
We are very strict on the data. It will be very reliable information. And when people contribute, we promise that their data stays anonymous. We do not show any data that isn't from at least 4 different properties and 2 different owners.
About 60% of our sector is currently contributing data. Our goal this year is to ramp that number up, and by the end of 2017, be in a position to start collecting national data.
At the end of the day, there's no secret to this. Data is power. You make better decisions when you have more data points that you can incorporate in your decision-making process.
Decisions will be data-driven in our future society. If we don't have the information to prove that we are a cost-effective alternative with great quality, we'll be left out of the game.